I'm back with comedian David Boyle and I'm quitting alcohol. And I'm also right. I predicted about a week ago, I think it was. I can't exactly remember when, but it was the episode where I said my mate who had quit drinking and smoking weed for about 3 or 4 months and he restarted drinking about a week ago. I said within 2 weeks he was going to start smoking weed again because that's the thing he was trying to quit. He was really trying to quit the weed, but he thought to himself, I might as well quit drinking while I'm quitting the weed. I'm not even that into drinking. But as soon as he had those fucking drinks, he ended up having about 8 drinks. He said he started thinking about weed. And I thought as soon as that seed was planted, it was going to be almost impossible for him to turn that ship around. And it was. He started smoking weed again within a week. That's what happens. It's so fucked. You let your guard down for a second and the next thing you know, you're blowing someone in an alley. But that is one of the classic patterns. I've seen enough of it now to be able to predict a little bit of human behavior, especially around alcohol and drugs. That was very predictable. I would have put my house on that fucking bet if I had a house. But that is a very classic pattern of behavior. Someone quits alcohol or drugs. Choose anything. I'll talk about alcohol here. Someone quits alcohol. They do like 3 or 4 months and they feel like they're on top of it. They're very confident because they just did 3 or 4 months. So the idea in their head becomes, well, even if I do drink, I can easily stop again. I can easily stop again. Oh, if it was only that easy. Remember how long the process was to get you to the point the first time to stop? Well, you're going to have to go through that process again, I'm afraid. In that scenario, it's very predictable what's going to happen as well. He'll probably have about 3 or 4 blowout weekends in a row, and then he'll decide to quit again, and he'll stop for like maybe 2 weeks, maybe maximum 3 weeks, and then that 2-week break will reconfirm to him that he has the booze under control. See, I quit for all that time, and then I drank for a month, and then as soon as it got out of control, I stopped for another 2 weeks. So this weekend I'm going to drink, and I'll just stop whenever. And the fucking cycles get shorter until you're just fucking on it all the time again. What I'm not too sure about is whether that is part of the entire process. Like that little small break and then getting back on it and going straight back to what you were like, plus worse. And it always gets worse as well. That's another thing you need to know. But I'm not sure whether that needs to be part of the process because it's such a waste of time. You do that 5 or 6 times, which I did as well. I took those breaks as well and came back with the thunder every single fucking time. It costs you years. It costs you like 3, 4, 5 years. If you can just skip straight to the, all right, that's it, me done, forever. I can't touch a thing again. If you can do that, I can't explain to you how much more time you're going to save, how much better your life will be without having to learn the same fucking mistake over and over like 5, 6 times. This time I have it under control. Last time I took a break, I wasn't aware of what I was doing. Now I'll just have a beer and then I'll stop. I'll just have a drink and then I'll stop. I'll just mainline some heroin and that's it. I'll just stop. I fucking wish that's how it works. But maybe you do need those false starts. You need at least a couple of them, I suppose. Maybe, but I'm telling you, if you can fucking just go straight to where you're going to end up anyway, which is you're going to have to abstain. I'm sorry, you fucked up too much. You crossed the line. It's not your fault. Well, it is your fault. But you crossed the line, and the line is irreversible. You can't come back from the line. You can't redesignate yourself as a fucking moderate. The other classic pattern is you take a month off drinking, and you're like, oh, I don't feel any better than I did when I was drinking. So what's the point of giving up? Nothing changes in a month. You got to look long fucking term. I'm only just starting to realize this. You got to look fucking 10 years down the road, which is insane because I never really thought any further than like 2 or 3 minutes ahead. But you have to look long term. And yes, I understand that anything could happen in those 10 years. Who cares if you die? Don't plan your life around being hit by a fucking bus. Plan long term, and if you die, you fucking die. No one cares. Well, maybe your family might care a little bit, but no one else will. Like, I'm doing all these things at the moment to try and be the best version of me. Fuck, that sounds gross. Am I turning into one of those self-help gurus? The best version of me. I hope I lost some fucking listeners because of that sentence. It serves me right. Never will I say the best version of me again. What can I say? True Boyle. I'm trying... That's better. True Boyle. I'm trying to be True Boyle. So I'm doing all these things that normally past Boyle would have quit immediately. Like exercising, fasting, playing the piano. Like these things that I normally would have fucking quit. As soon as they got hard, I would have fucking quit. Because I'd never thought any more than 3 minutes ahead. But now I'm like, all right, let's extend the time frame. Let's look into the future a little bit. Let's look at 10 years. What's it going to be like in 10 years? All right, in 10 years, I'm nudging 50. And 10 years is a long fucking time. You can get a lot done in 10 years. So I'm like, all right, if I play the piano, even if I progress one chord at a time, I just suck. But if I do that every day or every other day, if I spend fucking 5-10 minutes on the fucking piano, in 4 years, I'll be half decent at the piano. In 10 years, I will be good at the piano. And then, after 10 years of piano, I will have the remainder of my life to be good at piano. I'll be able to sit there and play some fucking tunes. Same with exercise. I'm sitting here now. It's taken me 9 months to lose all this weight and get to a rig that's almost not embarrassing. Took me 9 months at this age to do that. I thought it was going to take me a month or two, maximum. And when I realized how long it was actually going to take me to get in proper good shape, I was about to instantly quit. But then I was like, all right, let's look 10 years from now. I'm like, if I just do a little bit every day, then by the time I'm 50, I might be all right. Hopefully I'll be mobile. But if I don't do this now, do I want to be trying to do this when I'm in my fucking mid-40s? When it's going to be exponentially harder to do, and I'm going to be in exponentially worse condition. And the other thing about looking more long-term is you don't have to worry about instant payoff. It's an accumulative thing. You're not going to see any fucking overnight change, but don't worry about that. Who cares about that? You're becoming slightly less of a piece of shit every day. Just remember that in your own head. What was my original point? I think my original point was I was right, which is always nice. But yeah, if you're trying to change something, don't look at it after 4 weeks. 4 weeks is not a long enough time scale to judge anything. Look at shit after 6 months, a year, 2 years, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years. Then you'll start seeing the results, which sucks, but that's the only way it works. I wish all this shit wasn't true, but it is. And that's it for me tonight. All right. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around with your friends. Send in a Fucked Up Friday story to me this week. Send it in to my social media on Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you the fuck later.